Hey, what's up, everybody? Hope y'all are having an awesome day so far. Today, we're going to be discussing my 4-stage process to monetize your Facebook group, help you generate 10K plus per month, and that's going to be all without spending money on ads. So whether you're just now launching your Facebook group for the first time, and you just want to learn how to monetize it very quickly, or you're trying to revive an old dead group, or maybe you've had a Facebook group for a while and you just can't figure out quite how to monetize it, you're in the right place, because today, after today's training, you're going to have a proven strategy to help you start generating 5- and 6-figure months, all organically and through your Facebook group. So as always, if you're joining me live, go ahead and tell me where you're joining from. I'm here in Atlanta. Anybody close to here? Let me know where you are if you're joining us live. And then if you are one of those people that wanted to join us live but weren't quite able to make it for the live event, then go ahead and type in #replay when you get a chance to let me know that you actually got to make it. So again, share South Africa. Nice. Detroit. What's up, Aisha? And also, if you are joining us on Facebook, you can actually click the StreamYard link, and that will actually let me see your name. So I'm only seeing Ashay. I think I'm saying it right. Anyway, we got Detroit in the house. We got St. Pete Beach, Florida, Manchester, UK, South Africa. What's up, everybody? I can't see your name unless you click on the link for StreamYard. Anyway, so yeah, just let me know where you're coming from, and just click that link for StreamYard so I can see your name. All right, so before we dive into the training, let's talk about why you should even care about Facebook groups in the first place, okay? So first of all, there are 2.9 billion, that's billion with a B, people that are logging into Facebook every single month. These are active users on Facebook. That's double the size of Instagram, okay? So everybody thinks that Instagram's like the biggest social media channel. That's not true. Facebook is double the amount of active users on a monthly basis. Also, it's triple the size of TikTok. Now, TikTok's coming on strong, but Facebook is triple the size of TikTok. So the traffic is already built into Facebook. Okay, so if you want to grow an online business, you got to go where the eyeballs are, and most likely your audience is on Facebook. I know a lot of people think that they are not, but most likely you can find them there at some capacity. Okay, so we know Facebook is the top social media channel, but why Facebook groups specifically? Well, Facebook groups have been a major objective for Zuckerberg since 2017. So 2017, he had this quote. He said, "There's a real opportunity to connect more of us with the groups that will be meaningful social infrastructure in our lives. If we can improve our suggestions and help connect 1 billion people with meaningful communities that can strengthen our social fabric, then we've done a good thing." So that is basically what he said in 2017. And in 2019, he doubled down on that by saying, we've redesigned Facebook to make communities as central as friends. And you can notice this if you check your notifications at any time. You're going to see profile. You're going to see stuff from people's friends you're connected with, and you're also going to see notifications from groups you're in. Okay, so that's going to dominate your notifications. So we know that groups are powerful, right? And when Facebook starts to favor a particular feature, good marketers are going to pay attention to that, and they're going to use those tools to get in front of more people. Okay, but if you're here, then you probably already know that Facebook groups is a great avenue to get more clients. And I'm guessing or at least you follow some people out there that are making 6 and even 7 figures through their Facebook group, but maybe you personally have not figured out how to crack the code to actually monetize your Facebook group. You may be even struggling to grow your group at this point, much less make money from it. So the idea of making 6 and 7 figures from your Facebook group might seem like a pipe dream right now, but some of you might even believe you can grow a big group, but you got to use ads. And even then it's going to be difficult. You don't necessarily know how to convert those people into paying customers. So I'm just here to tell you that if a introverted, socially awkward dude like myself from Mississippi can do it, I promise you can too. Okay. So if you've got a product or service that you sell that actually helps people and makes an impact on people's lives, and you're an action taker, then if you execute on the strategies that I'm going to be teaching you today, you absolutely can hit 6 figures. You might even can hit 7 figures, and you can do it without ever running ads. You do not have to run ads to hit 6 figures with a Facebook group. Okay. So the goal of this training is to give you complete clarity and a proven system to help you grow your Facebook group, not only grow it, but also turn your members of your group into paying customers. So no matter where you're at in your group journey, whether you're just starting from scratch or you've got an old group that you're trying to revive, no matter where you are, or maybe you've got a group that's got a lot of people in it, it's engaged, but you just can't figure out how to monetize it, then today, this training is going to help you to start to monetize your groups, to transform it from just a time consuming hobby, which it might be right now, to an actual income producing asset for your business. So I'm very curious. I know we've got a lot of people on here right now. Where are you guys at in your Facebook group journey? Drop me a 1 if you're just getting started. Drop me a 2 if you're trying to revive a dead group, or drop me a 3 if you've actually got a pretty active group and you're just trying to figure out how to monetize it. I'm going to take a drink while you guys drop those numbers in there. Let me know where you are as far as your Facebook group is concerned. All right, we got a lot of people starting out. Got a couple of people that are trying to revive dead groups. And then we've got a couple of people, or one person that's got a good sized group. All right, so a lot of newbies and a lot of people that are trying to get it revived. Okay, cool. All right, thanks for sharing, y'all. So, and if you're throughout this whole process, this whole training, if you feel like you want a little bit more guidance and you want to know how to grow and monetize your Facebook group, then type in interested in the chat and we'll follow up with you after the call, and we'll see if we can talk about jumping on a call and see if we can help you with that. So if you're interested in that, just type interested and we'll reach out. So let's talk about why you should actually listen to me. Okay. So a lot of you have been in my group for a while and maybe have known my story. Some of you might be new, but I built 3 different I've built 3 different agencies to mid 6 figures since 2010. Been in this game for a long time. I might not look as old as I am, but I've also built a 6-figure coaching program and a virtual assistant business as well. And I've done it all 100% organically. I've never run any ads to grow my business. And I've also been blessed to work with some very high level, multiple 7-figure coaches, including 5 ClickFunnels 2 Club award winners. Some of y'all might have seen Marley Jacks's testimonial on my Facebook page. She's awesome. I worked with her and Steve Larson to kind of help them get virtual assistants and appointment setters set up. They're awesome. I've worked with multiple other ClickFunnels 2 Club award winners. So I've been blessed to work with these people and network with these people. And I've seen how they've grown their businesses. And almost every time they have a Facebook group at some core piece of their marketing system that's helping them generate leads and appointments from their Facebook group. So I understand exactly what strategies they've used. I've also been mentored by probably some of the top names in the industry, and I know exactly what their strategies are. And I've used those strategies to create my own frameworks that we're going to talk about today. So first, before we get into the actual training, let me tell you a quick story about how I got started really finding out the power of Facebook groups. I'm going to take another quick drink of water real quick. All right, so back in, a lot of you, again, know my backstory. A couple of years ago, I was running a marketing agency helping yoga studios grow their membership. And it was going well, and then COVID hit. I mean, I was another mid 6-figure agency. COVID hit. A lot of these yoga studios got shut down for a really long time. Unfortunately, a lot of my clients actually ended up closing down their business. Very sad, but this basically, most yoga studios are really running on razor thin margins, very thin margins. And so I had a retention problem. Even at the peak of my agency, I had a retention problem. So I decided to create a course that basically shows them exactly how I done my done for you services for them. So a coaching program and a course to help train them on the system. And then after, I would set the system up for 90 days and then keep them as customers in the coaching program and as a high level subscriber. So I really had no clue how to launch a course at that point. I've never done any courses. I've always done agency world. And I used to listen to Rick Mulready, great podcast. If you've never heard of Rick Mulready, and it seems like every time I need an epiphany in my life or a pivot in my life, Rick Mulready's interviewing somebody that takes me to another level. So he was interviewing this dude, Zach Spuckler, and he was talking about how he was launching these having these 5 and 6 figure launches using 5-day challenges, and in doing that in a Facebook group. And this was back a while back before 5-day challenges really exploded. So I ended up buying Zach Spuckler's course, and I ran a 5-day challenge in a group to launch my course. Okay. So the process was all about running this challenge, a 5-day challenge in a Facebook group. So I launched the course, and for the first time doing it, I thought it went pretty well. I made $12K, and it was a $9.97 product. So I made 12 sales essentially. But what that also did for me was help me to launch my Facebook group for my agency. And this was for the yoga studio niche. And what I started to see was I started to build some clout and some authority in that particular niche. People started to kind of recognize my name. I wasn't, huge or anything, but because I just started the group, but people started to recognize me. And I noticed that getting clients through a Facebook group and name recognition felt a lot better than what I was doing at the time to get clients, which was just basically, cold pitching strangers in the DMs, which I'm totally against these days. Okay. So that calls and the calls that came from those groups were way easier to close. The higher show up rate. It was just a better feeling of growing the business and a much easier way to get clients. And then since then, if you've seen in the group, I've interviewed the guys from FlowChat. I've got a good relationship with those guys. I've kind of, worked with them over the years. That's another couple of 2 Comma Club winners that I've worked closely with. And if you don't know their history, they actually won the ClickFunnels 2 Comma Club winner award, selling their high ticket sales coaching and mastermind program. And they did it all through a Facebook group, 100% through a Facebook group, all organically. And they've actually duplicated that exact process to now take FlowChat to over 7 figures. And so they've been able to do this very quickly, and they just followed the same exact process. And it all hinges on a Facebook group. Okay. So that goes to show you that this has worked over and over and over again. There's multiple different stories out there that I'm sure you guys are following, a lot of people that have done the same thing. So I've also worked with multiple other 7-figure coaches, and the common thread in all these coaches that I've worked with is the Facebook group. It's the core of it's like the hub where they're building their community. Okay. So, and I eat my own dog food. This is exactly how I've built my own 6-figure coaching business. And so let's get into the steps that I've taken to actually grow my Facebook group and monetize it. So before I show you the 4 steps, if you want, and you want to do we might do some hot seats after this training. If you're interested in that and you want me to kind of take a look at your Facebook group, drop your link in the comments and then tell me what your biggest challenge is. And then maybe we'll take a look after the training is over and do a couple of hot seats. 2 or 3 at most, just to I want to respect you guys' time. But if you're interested in that, drop in your link and I'll take a look and we might jump on and do a hot seat. All right. So with that in mind, let me open up the training here. All right. Let's see here. Okay. Can everybody see the training? Give me a 1 if you can see it. Cool. We got some people dropping in their group. Awesome. Thank y'all. Can y'all see my, okay, cool. We got the training up. All right. Awesome. All right. So step number 1 is, let me increase this size so you can see it. All right. All right. So step number 1 is we got to increase our profile engagement, right? So basically without ads, you're going to need a source of traffic to grow your Facebook, to build to Facebook group, to get it big enough to start monetizing it. Okay. So to do that, you need an organic source of traffic, right? And if we're talking just specifically about Facebook itself, the traffic sources that are most powerful right now outside of the Facebook group is going to be your Facebook profile. And now what's really hot are stories and reels, particularly reels. You'll get a lot of traction with reels right now. And again, when Facebook starts to favor a feature, then you need to pay attention to it. You need to try to start using it and implement it as much as possible. If you've seen, maybe some of you seen my reels that I've been putting out, that's intentional. I'm trying to really step up my reel game. They might not be the greatest thing in the world, but I'm actually taking action, which is the best thing you can do. Imperfect action is always what the right thing to do. Okay, trust me. So we need to train the algorithm to put more of your content in front of your ideal customers. Okay, so we're going to do that through your profile, through your reels. Okay, so how does this actually take place? What do we need to do that? So this is going to be a 2 to 4 week process. Okay, and basically what we're going to do is we're going to first start curating your friends list. So starting today, what you need to do is you need to start going out and finding the people, your ideal customers, sending them friend requests. I send about 50 per day now. You need to work up to that if you're brand new to this and you're just getting started, but eventually you'll be sending 50, maybe even more. You can try to test the limits if you want. I stick at 50 just to be a little bit safe. So send those friend requests to your ideal customers. You can find them in Facebook groups, those kind of things. And then I use a tool called Unipro. I don't know if you guys heard me talk about this, but basically you can scan your friend activity. And this is going to look at all your posts that you've posted in the previous, 180 days, 90 days, 30 days. I usually do the 180 days. And it will show you all the people that are engaging with your posts. And one thing that you can do is you can remove all deactivated friends. I actually need to do that because I've got 10. So I'm going to go ahead and do that while we're on here. Actually, that's sorry. Anyway, you can deactivate your inactive friends. And these are all the unengaged. Anyway, and you'll come down here and basically you will delete all those people. And then you can also see the people that are engaging with your content. So you can see all these people that have engaged with a lot of my content. And you can sort by the people who have not engaged or how long they've been friends. And you can start to delete the friends that are not engaging with your content and not in your target audience. I use Facebook 100% for business. I don't keep up with anybody on Facebook. My friends are my friends. They don't need to follow me on Facebook. Okay. So I use it 100% for business. And so I want as many people at that 5,000 friend limit that are in my ideal target audience as possible. And I want a high percentage or a high ratio of those people engaging with my content. And that's going to tell Facebook that, hey, this guy's creating engaging content. Let's put more of his content in front of his friends and see how that content performs. And if it performs well, we'll show it to more of his friends. Okay, so that's kind of how the algorithm works. So we need to first off make sure that we're curating our friends list. So every month, in addition to adding new friends every day, every month, I'm going to curate my friends list by 10%. So I'm going to cut 10% of my friends to get that high ratio of people that are engaging with my content. Okay, so that's the first step. The next thing that we want to do is we want to engage with the unengaged. So these are our new friends. Okay, so one thing that we can do is we can go to custom lists. So you can find this in friends. So if you go to your home screen here and you go to friends, and then you go to custom lists, you can create these custom lists. So my custom list for people that are my new friends that haven't engaged with my content yet is outbound. So I'm going to click on outbound here. And all my friends that have not engaged with my content are in here. And so what I can do is go to these people's profile, like a couple of their posts, comment on a couple of their posts. That's going to tell the algorithm, hey, let's try to show some content from Ron to these people, and then see how they react to it. And then if they start, engaging with that content, then they're going to show more of your content to that person. And once they engage, now you can start conversations with them and start to warm those people up. Okay, so that is how we kind of start to part of the process of increasing our engagement. Okay, so then we want to post engaging content on your profile and repost some of that content in other people's groups. Okay, so what's engaging content? Well, what you can actually do is start to go into these let's say pick top 5 groups that have your ideal customers in there. And you can start to reverse engineer the content that's getting the highest engagement. Okay, so you can kind of scroll through there. You can see which ones are getting the most comments, which ones are getting the most likes. And then you can reverse engineer that and create a similar piece of content to see if you can get similar engagement. Okay, and the people that are engaging with this content are great people to connect with, because you know that they're in your target audience because they're in a Facebook group that has your target audience. They're engaging with your content, which tells you they're active on Facebook and active in Facebook groups. And they're already kind of somewhat introduced to you because they're commenting on your posts. So these are great people to reach out to, start conversations with. Just start to warm that relationship up. You don't have to pitch them. Don't pitch them. Just warm the relationship. Remember, this is the engagement phase. So we're trying to get more of our content in front of the right people. And we help our clients with this by giving them an actual content calendar. I'll show you it in a little bit. But basically, this helps them, gives them exactly what to post and when and where, and then gives them plug and play templates that they can use to write all the content, and they batch create all the content. So they've got it all done, within the first week of working with us. So now that we're engaging with the unengaged, we've posted some content on our profile and in other people's groups. Now we want to engage with the engaged. Okay. So once you're posting content, you want to start engaging with the people that are engaging with your content. So you'll start, again, building those warmer connections. And again, these people are perfect to warm up and become inbound leads and invite to your group. Okay. Because these people are highly engaged on Facebook, they're active, and they're in your target audience. Now, all of these things I just listed are going to help you to build your engagement, and it's going to start to train that algorithm to show more of your content to your ideal customers. And that takes us to the next stage. Okay. So the next stage, now that your content is showing up in the feeds of your audience, we want to start to build pressure and excitement and anticipation around your group, just like a trailer when a new movie comes out. Okay. So you're starting to build some anticipation up into the point where you actually decide, announce the launch. Even though and you can do this even if your group is brand new, your group is dead and you're trying to revive it, or it's been around a while. So you can still do this process. So how does this work? So first, you want to optimize your group. You need to set up everything to move people through your value ladder and help you schedule appointments. So you want to make sure that your group is optimized for DM conversations, which is really where all the magic happens and where you're going to book all your appointments. So the first thing that you want to do is, let me get back to here. Okay. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to make sure that your membership questions are set up. So one of the biggest questions that I like to use is this last one here. It's basically, hey, this is what we do. Would you like us to reach out and book a phone call to see how this would work for your business? This is low-hanging fruit, people that are raising their hand and saying, yeah, I like the sound of that. Reach out to me and let's book a call. This is low-hanging fruit. So you're only going to get about 10, 15% of the people that join your group that are going to say yes to this, but it's still an easy appointment to book. You might want to ask some qualifying questions because you don't want to take calls from everybody that says yes to this. But again, this is a great way to get an easy couple of appointments, okay? Or multiple appointments per month. The next thing is the welcome post. So I'm going to show you guys my welcome post, and this has been working out really well lately. So I've got a welcome post, and in this welcome post, I have a free lead magnet. A lot of you might have experienced this. So I've got a free lead magnet here, and I basically tag everybody that joins my group on this post, and they can comment gift if they want it. That's doing a couple of things. First of all, it's creating more engagement in the group. Secondly, it's creating more engagement between my group and that person. So they're going to get more notifications from my group. And then it's also helping me start DM conversations that I can now transition into an appointment. So who can tell me what we call the people that raise their hand on these posts and give us permission to reach out to them? What do you call those people? What do you call the people that are showing interest in what you have to offer? I'm going to take another sip of water while somebody give me one guess. Come on. Stinking hot leads. I like that one. Prospects. I think it's a little bit warmer than prospects, Derek. So I call these inbound leads because these are people that are basically raising their hand saying, yeah, I'm interested. Inbound leads. Okay. Dirty, grimy, inbound leads. All right. All right. So now once your group is optimized and you're ready to start the DM conversations, you've got, your welcome post set up, you've got your membership questions set up. Then what you're going to want to do is do a 7-day launch sequence. Okay. So this is includes things like promo posts, story posts, kind of outlining, the origin story behind why you decided to join to build the group. Also, you can go live and go over this origin story, and you can tell what's in it for them. Tell the people what's in it for them. And basically, it's just a couple of different types of pieces of content to build up that anticipation for the launch. And then you finally launch it and you announce the launch, and then you're going to have a rush of people going into the group. And bonus points if you do a lot of this content on stories and reels. Again, remember, these are features that are being favored by Facebook right now. So if you can use those features and leverage those features to help grow your group and launch your group, even better. Okay. All right. So now what we want to do is, now that we've got the group launched, we've got engagement in our profile. Now what we want to do is we want to start building your authority and your group at the same time, simultaneously. Okay. And it's also going to start giving you what we're going to go over right now. It's going to give you content assets that you can use to provide ongoing value-based content or follow-up with your inbound leads that you're generating. Okay. So I'm all about inbound leads. It's much easier to, close them. You're going to have a lower no-show rate. So inbound leads, that's your focus. All right. So to do this, you must understand your audience on a deep level. So if you don't know much about your audience and you haven't done a lot of audience research, I highly suggest you do that, because otherwise your content is going to fall flat. Okay. So you need to know them on a deep level so you can create the kind of content that's going to hook them in. It's going to drive them into your group, and it's going to get them to attend your training and engaging with your posts. Okay. Again, creating those inbound interested leads. And the big things you need to understand are their desired outcomes. Okay. That's a good one. You need to understand their old methods that they've tried and failed that you can kind of throw rocks at. You need to understand their biggest challenges and roadblocks that's keeping them from achieving that desired outcome. And then you need to really understand the false beliefs and objections that they have around, them being able to achieve that desired outcome, your vehicle for getting them there, and then their internal false beliefs about their own abilities. Okay. So you need to understand all those things about your target audience, because you're basically going to try to reverse all of the negative things and turn them in your favor. And to do that, you really need to have a deep understanding of them. So how does this phase of the process work? So what we're going to do is you're going to start running a weekly live training, just like I do. I'm not always perfectly consistent, but you need to start running these live trainings hosted inside of your Facebook group. And then you're going to use promotional content on both your profile and inside your group reels and stories as well, to get people to that live training. Okay. And what's that's going to do, and you can also use your email list. You can use other channels if you have a following on other channels, to drive people into that group to attend your training and start engaging with your content. And what you can do, just like you notice on this particular training itself, we're getting a lot of engagement. What is that doing? That's telling the algorithm, all these people that engage with the content, let's show more of the group content to those people and send them notifications about it. Okay. So that's what's happening here. And what you can actually do, and how we help our clients to do this really easily, is we have a content calendar. This is basically the content calendar that all of our clients get. We've got the engagement phase, we've got the group launch phase, and we've got the core pillar training, which is what we're going over now. We know exactly what posts, and this looks like a lot, but we actually give them also these templates that are basically plug and play templates that they just fill in, and they pop it in here, and we hand them a virtual assistant that goes in and posts all this content for them. So we make it super easy for them. I have not released this to people outside of our clients, but if you guys are interested in this content calendar, I'm thinking about, I would probably sell it for like $67 or something. If you're interested in that and we get enough people commenting on this post, then I'll release it. If you want that, just drop in content calendar or calendar. And if we get enough people interested in it, then I'll release it. But it's kind of proprietary for our clients right now. But if we get enough people interested, I'll release it. Okay. All right. So next thing that we're going to do, so that content calendar basically helps our clients to batch create all the content that they're going to need in the next 6 to 12 months in less than 3 hours. And content is a big obstacle for a lot of people because they think it has to be hard. It has to be, time consuming. When you have something like this, it makes it very easy. Okay. So let's talk about the next stage. Okay. So now we're generating engagement on our profile. We're driving people into the group. We have our system set up to generate inbound interested people. Now we got to start those inbound conversations. So now you're getting people to raise their hand. The next step is to actually transition these inbound leads to warm DM conversations. So most appointments that you're going to be booking are going to happen in the DMs. Okay. You're going to generate interest. You're going to take those conversations to the DMs, and that's where you're going to book the appointments. And honestly, in my opinion, cold pitching in the DM is in a death spiral. If it's not you got to have a very special offer, and you got to send a lot of messages to get it to work. I'm not saying it can't work, but it's very difficult. Okay. And I guarantee you that warm inbound conversations are going to be 10 times easier to turn into appointments than cold conversations. You're also going to get to retain your position of authority because you don't have to chase people down in the DMs anymore. And that's a quick way to lose your positioning as an authority, which is going to help you to sell and close high ticket clients. So your show up rates are going to also be much, much higher. I get like 85, 90% show up rate compared to when you run ads. A good show up rate is considered around 70%. Okay. So that's a huge difference. Okay. So they're also not going to forget who you are or why they booked a call in the first place. I don't know if you've run ads before, if you send cold messaging to people. A lot of times people totally forget who the heck you are and why they booked in the first place. Well, that's not going to happen quite as much when you're actually generating inbound leads, because now they've seen your content, they've consumed your content, they're in your ecosystem. If they're in your Facebook group, and they're going to remember who you are. And if you've done it the right way, you're going to have that position of authority on that phone call. It's going to make it much easier to close the deal. All right. So how do we do this? Well, I use what I call the SPF framework. And that means the first part of S is segmentation. So the first thing you want to do is you want to segment your friends based on where they are in your sales process. Okay. So, we start with qualified leads, then group members, then we have cold prospects. And how do you ascend those people through that sales process to become an appointment and eventually a high ticket client? So the next thing is, once you've segmented those people, you need to prioritize the conversations, starting with the people that are closest to purchasing. And these are your qualified sales calls. These are people that have joined your group and requested a phone call. And so those are the people you're going to start with every single day to start messaging. And as you move through those people, you can move down to the new cold prospects to try to get them into the Facebook group and ascending up that sales process. So you're segmenting, you're prioritizing, and then you're framing. So you're sending the right messaging framework to the right person at exactly the right time. Somebody that's a cold prospect, you don't want to send the same message that you're sending to a person that you've had a wonderful sales call with, right? So you need different scripts or different frameworks for each of those different stages of your sales process. And to do that, we use the Facebook Messenger playbook. A lot of you have heard me talk about this. These are the 7 DM scripts that I use and my clients use every single day to turn complete strangers into high ticket clients in 7 days. Okay. So a perfect person that would go through that entire process could convert into a client in 7 days. It's possible. It's happened before. So if you want those scripts, you can type playbook below. Some of you already have that. If you want it, you can type playbook below. We'll reach out to you. We'll send it to you in the DMs. So let me know if you want that. And that is basically today's training, guys. What did you think about that? Was that valuable? Take another. All right, Derek, we'll send it to you, man. All right. Cool. Well, first of all, we'll take a couple of questions and then we'll jump I'll take a look at some of these Facebook groups here in a second. But before we get into that, if you want some deeper help and you want to learn how to get more hands on help to grow your Facebook group and monetize it, you can actually go to this page right here, gohighticketnow.com/game plan. You can book a call with us. On that call, we'll basically talk about where you are, where you want to go, and we'll figure out the roadblocks that are keeping you from getting there. And then we'll build a 90-day plan together to help you to reach your goals as quickly as possible. And we'll give you some action steps to take to start getting some momentum towards that goal. Now, I only take 10 of these calls per week, and they're first comes, first serve. And once they're gone, they are gone. This is no fake scarcity. So please, please, please only book if you're serious and you're about growing your business and you're actually looking for support. And if you are that person and if you're an action taker, then we want to talk to you and we can definitely help you. So go ahead and book right now if that's you, and we'll make sure that you get one of those slots. And I'll actually drop the link in the chat so you guys can have it. Click here to book call. Okay. All right. So there's the link to book a call if you want it. So now I'm going to open it up for questions. Let me know if you have any questions. And if not, we'll actually do some of these hot seats, but happy to answer any questions for you if you got them. Any questions? I can't see that person's name, but here I'll look at a couple of these groups. So this is one of them. If anybody wants to join the group, oh, I can't click on it. Hold on one second. I got to go to Facebook. One second. Let me open up Facebook. Yeah, I have Facebook opened up over here. All right, give me 1 second, guys. What's the best way to generate traffic to the group? Well, if you're using organic traffic, I mean, ads is a great tool if you have the money and you know what you're doing. If you do not know what you're doing and you're trying to run ads, it can get very costly, and and you might not ever figure out what the hell's working and what's not working. So if you're going to run ads, either have somebody that knows what they're doing or study up on it yourself. Why can I not get to any of these comments? All right. Well, I am having trouble getting to the groups, to the comments. So I'm going to bring up the one I can see here. Let me answer that question though. So the best way to generate organic traffic. Okay. So, well, I mean, if you've got a email list, that's one way. Doing that engagement, 2 to 4 week engagement sequence on your profile, and doing 2-step posts. So that's why you really need to understand your target audience, because that's how you're going to create the hooks in those 2-step posts that's going to get enough engagement and people interested in it to raise their hands. And then when those people raise their hands, you can reach out to them in the DM and then invite them into the group where they can actually get that lead magnet or that training that you're promoting. Okay. So that is a great way to do it. And then also leveraging those favored features. Reels is super hot right now. So you could do a bunch of reels and then basically give them some great content, offer, hey, you want to get this lead magnet? DM me the word group and I'll send you an invite to the group. Some kind of call to action at the end of those reels, because reels are going to get a lot of eyeballs right now. Okay. So that is, I hope that answered your question. Okay. My question is this: I run 2 groups, roofing owners and CEOs, and roofing memes, but I'm a web developer. Okay. Are you trying to get clients in the roofing industry? I created a 2-step post and used it as an engagement ad, but we weren't converting the people. Yeah, an engagement ad is well, I mean, actually, I guess that's not a terrible idea if you're trying to do a 2-step and an engagement. So you're doing that you're running that on your Facebook page, which is fine if you're running ads. When you say they weren't converting people, they weren't joining your group, you weren't booking phone calls. What are you saying you weren't converting them, Ashay? So how do I go about doing my thing in the group? They hate marketer. Also, the roofing owners and CEOs are only them. It's community. I'm the only web designer. That's kind of unfair for me to monopolize the group. Not sure how to play it. Well, what kind of value can you offer to the roofers and the CEOs? That's when it comes down to understanding your target audience and what you what value do you provide to that audience? Okay. So, honestly, a web designer is kind of a commodity. So you got to figure out how to make yourself unique around that. So maybe that's something that you'll have to kind of figure out. Like, what is the unique value that you can offer these roofers and CEOs that's going to help actually keep them interested? And that's not something I can tell you because I don't know enough about your target audience. But you're going to have to figure that out. And that's where you can provide the live trainings. You can provide content around helping them solve those issues. So what problems do you solve is a good question. Let's see here. I can't see your name. The one that's saying check my profile, you have to click on the StreamYard link for me to be able to see your name. So you targeted business people. My VA was DMing them, but they weren't joining the group. I wasn't monitoring it closely, but I thought it should work. Well, I don't know your exact process or whatever, but if people are engaging with the two-step post, basically what you want to do is you want to reach out to them and say, hey, saw you commented on this post about getting this. It's actually inside of my Facebook group. Here's the link. Or you can even ask them a question to get them to answer, or you can send them the link and test it out and see. And then when they say sure, or if they click on the link, you can tag them on the post so they can actually get the piece of content. And I don't know, what the lead magnet was, if it was appealing to people, if you were getting engagement. So hard to say without seeing any of it. Okay, so mostly likes. Got it. Well, did you ask for a comment is the question. All right, so let me go to this one group. It's the only one I can see right now. I'll try to refresh the page and see if I can see the comment, but do a couple of these if I can. For some reason, Facebook is not letting me see all the comments, only like the last few. So anyway, all right, so let's go to the roofing business. Okay, so I'll join the group here. All right, I'm joining the group, whoever this was. Nope. Test. Now, I would probably rearrange those questions, kind of like I had mine. Yeah, Ashay, you probably need to, I don't know what the post said, but we will always want to ask them to comment below if they want it. That's kind of the idea, is to get people to like the post or comment on the post. All right, I'm refreshing the page. I don't know if the person's still around that asked me to join. Okay, so maybe this is maybe the hot seat is not a great idea because I can't see any of the comments and I can't get into this guy's group. Well, sorry guys, for some reason I cannot get into this guy. I can't see the comments to see any of the group links, and this guy's not letting me in. So any other questions? Let me try this one. Hold on. Facebook group. Oh, this is yours, Ashay. So groups, come up. All right, let's see. Are you still there? Can you let me in? All right. So I just joined the group if you'll let me in. Okay. Well, I can't get in the groups, and who wants a secret strategy for breaking? Yeah, maybe you need to give a call to action, comment below. Okay, so I'm in the group. First of all, there was no questions to join. You can take a look at my questions, and I would kind of add the questions. You got 408 members. Is there a welcome post? So when I join the group, I'd probably have a welcome post that I tag people in. Then maybe you could give a lead magnet away that would open up a conversation, generate an inbound lead. Okay, so this is sales funnels. So did you do like a 5-day challenge or something? Let me see. Okay, so Black Billionaire Secrets, how to build your tribe. Okay. Okay, so this is probably the welcome post. Yeah, so this here, what I would probably do is turn this into a comment, get them to comment. Again, what that's going to do is increase the engagement on this particular post. And also it's going to open up a conversation in the DM so you can actually go and transition that into a book a call. And you can use our messenger playbook to do that. I mean, it's in the playbook. So yeah, that's probably what I would do is and take all these other links out of here and just give them one call to action. I think you probably got a lot of this from my old welcome post. But I deleted all this stuff now. And basically I just have the gift, the lead magnet, 2-step gift. And then that's going to start a lot of engagement on this post. And it's also, and tag everybody that comes in the group, have your membership questions, tag them in the group, and then reach out to the people that are saying gift and try to book a call. So that's your homework, man. All right. All right, guys. If there's no more questions, we'll end this for today. I hope this was helpful. And I want to thank y'all for all showing up. And if y'all have any questions, feel free, if you're watching this replay or you have another question, just drop them in the comments. We'll try to come in and answer all the questions for you. All right, guys. Well, thank y'all for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Peace.